What if I told you that Windows 11 26H2 could be Microsoft's biggest update in years? And the best part, you can install it right now before the official release. Windows 11 26H2 is shaping up to be one of the most feature-packed Windows 11 updates yet. Microsoft has introduced major improvements across the operating system, including File Explorer, the Start menu, settings, and several quality-of-life enhancements. But the feature that impressed me the most is the completely redesigned taskbar customization. For the first time in Windows 11, you'll be able to move the taskbar to the top, bottom, left, or right side of the screen. On top of that, Microsoft now lets you resize the taskbar and even change the size of the taskbar icons, giving you much more control over your desktop. The Start menu is also getting some long-awaited improvements. You'll be able to customize its layout, resize it, remove unnecessary sections, and create a much cleaner experience. Microsoft has also redesigned the Run dialog, improved system performance, and included many other new features throughout Windows 11 26H2. In today's video, I'll show you how to download the Windows 11 26H2 ISO right now using Microsoft's official method, how to install it safely, and I'll also explain all of the biggest new features included in this release. If you're planning to test Windows 11 26H2, I recommend installing it in a virtual machine first before using it on your main PC. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Download the Windows 11 26H2 ISO first. Open your favorite web browser and search for Windows 11 Insider ISO. Open the first result. Download Windows Insider Preview ISO, which will take you to Microsoft's official download page. Before you can download the ISO, you'll need to sign in with your Microsoft account. Once you're signed in, scroll down until you find the Select Edition section. Now, here's something that can be a little confusing. You won't see an option named Windows 11 26H2 ISO. Instead, Microsoft currently provides it under the Experimental Build section. Select the Experimental Build 25H2 option, the one listed at the top. Even though the name still says 25H2, this is actually the latest Windows 11 26H2 experimental build that Microsoft is using for early testing. After selecting it, you can continue generating the download link and download the ISO directly from Microsoft servers. Now, when you reach the Select Edition section, don't choose the Home China or Enterprise editions. Instead, select the Experimental Build 26300.8935 option. This is the latest Windows 11 26H2 Insider Preview build. After selecting it, click Confirm, choose your preferred language, and then select the 64-bit download option. The ISO file is around 7.9 gigabytes, so the download may take some time depending on your internet speed. I've already downloaded the ISO, so instead of downloading it again, I'll show you the installation process. If you're planning to install Windows 11 26H2 on a spare PC, you can create a bootable USB drive using Rufus. For this demonstration, I'll be installing it on VMware Workstation, which is a safer way to test preview builds. Let's begin by creating and configuring the virtual machine. Once that's done, the Windows setup screen appears. At this stage, there aren't any major changes compared to previous Windows 11 installations. Simply select your preferred language and keyboard layout, choose the edition you want, in my case, Windows 11 Pro, accept the license agreement, and continue with the installation. The setup will now copy the files and install Windows automatically. Since this process takes several minutes, I'll fast forward to the point where the installation is complete. And there we go. Windows 11 26H2 Pro Insider Preview is now successfully installed. You'll also notice the Insider Preview watermark in the upper right corner of the desktop, confirming that we're running a preview build. However, there's one important thing you should know. After installing this build, I noticed that not all of the new features were enabled by default. That's completely normal because Microsoft is rolling out many of these features gradually. To enable the missing features, I used ViVTool. For example, if a feature like the pointer indicator or another new option doesn't appear on your PC, simply search online for the feature name followed by Enable using ViVTool. You'll find the required feature ID and the command needed to activate it. All you need to do is download ViVE tool, open Command Prompt as administrator, navigate to the ViVE tool folder, run the provided command, and restart your computer. After restarting, the feature should become available. Now that everything is enabled, let's take a look at the exciting new features included in Windows 11 26H2. Before we do that, let's quickly verify the version. Press Windows plus R, type WinVer, and press Enter. As you can see, we're running Windows 11 version 26H2, OS build 26300.8935, Windows 11 Pro Insider Preview. Now, let's move on to my favorite feature in this entire update. Open the Settings app, go to Personalization, and then click Taskbar. Scroll down to Taskbar Behaviors, and you'll immediately notice a brand new option called Taskbar Position. For the first time in Windows 11, Microsoft officially lets you move the taskbar to different sides of the screen. It's currently at the bottom, but with a single click, I can move it to the top. I can also place it on the left or the right side of the display, and each position comes with smooth transition animations. This is one of the most requested Windows 11 features, and it's finally becoming available. Other operating systems have supported taskbar positioning for years, and now Windows users finally have the same level of flexibility. Moving on, Microsoft has also added more taskbar customization options. If you scroll a little further down, you'll find a new taskbar size setting. By default, it's set to normal, but if you open the drop-down menu, you can switch it to small, which instantly makes the taskbar more compact and gives you a little extra screen space. If you prefer the default look, you can switch it back to normal at any time. It's a simple addition, but it's one that many Windows users have been requesting. Now let's take a look at another area that has received a major upgrade, the Start menu. Go back to Settings, open Personalization, and then click Start. Right away, you'll notice several new customization options. The first one controls whether Windows displays all installed apps and system components in the Start menu. Let me show you what it does. With the option enabled, you'll see the complete list of installed applications inside the Start menu. If I turn it off, that entire list disappears, giving the Start menu a much cleaner and less cluttered appearance. So if you prefer a minimal desktop experience, this is definitely a useful option. Microsoft has also added the ability to resize the Start menu by default. It's set to the standard size, but you can change it depending on your preference. If I select Small, the Start menu becomes much more compact. On the other hand, if I choose Large, it expands and displays more content on the screen. It's a nice quality of life improvement because everyone uses the Start menu differently, and now you can customize it to fit your workflow. Now let's move over to Privacy and Security. At the top of this page, you'll notice a refreshed layout with several options displayed more prominently. Further down, under your info, Microsoft has added a brand new custom dictionary option. This feature manages your personal typing and handwriting dictionary, allowing Windows to provide better typing suggestions and text recognition based on the words you use most often. It's a small addition, but one that improves the overall typing experience. Now let's talk about another feature that immediately caught my attention, the new Run dialog. For years, Windows has used the same classic run box whenever you pressed Windows plus R. With Windows 11 26H2, Microsoft has finally introduced a modern version of this dialog. To enable it, open Settings, go to System, scroll down to Advanced, and you'll find a new option called Use the Modern Run dialog when pressing Windows plus R. After enabling it, simply press Windows plus R again. As you can see, the classic run box has been replaced with a fresh, modern design that matches the overall Windows 11 interface much better. Personally, I think this is a welcome change. We've been using the same run dialog for many years, so it's nice to finally see Microsoft modernizing even these small parts of Windows. At the moment, it appears to stay fixed in its default position. I tried moving it around, but it doesn't seem to be draggable yet. That could change in future Insider builds, but even in its current form, it's a great visual improvement. Overall, I think the new design looks much better. Microsoft has modernized the experience while keeping it simple and easy to use. From here, you can make any changes you want, and the new Run dialog will most likely display your recently used commands as well, making it even more convenient. Now, let's move back into settings because there are still several interesting features to explore. One area that has received noticeable improvements is accessibility. Open Settings, then go to Accessibility, and under Mouse, Pointer and Touch, you'll find a brand new option called Pointer Indicator. This feature wasn't available in Windows 11 25H2. Previously, Windows only offered the traditional mouse pointer indicator, but now Microsoft has added a completely new crosshair-style pointer indicator. Once you enable it, a colored crosshair appears around your mouse pointer, making it much easier to locate, especially on large monitors or multi-monitor setups. Even better, you can customize the color to anything you like. Whether you prefer blue, red, green, or another color, you can personalize it to match your preference. Another new accessibility feature is Screen Tint. When you open this option, Windows displays a message explaining that enabling Screen Tint will automatically disable color filters. This feature lets you apply different color tints across the entire display. For example, you can choose a warmer yellow tone, a cooler blue tint, a green tint, or even a pink shade depending on what feels most comfortable for your eyes. If you spend long hours reading documents or browsing the web, this could help reduce eye strain. However, if you're a content creator, graphic designer, or video editor who requires accurate colors, you'll probably want to leave this feature disabled to maintain proper color accuracy. Now let's talk about another visual improvement. If you've ever restarted Windows, you've probably noticed the familiar dotted spinning loader that appears during boot. Well, Microsoft has finally redesigned it. In Windows 11 26H2, the old dotted animation has been replaced with a smoother donut-style loading animation. Let me quickly show you. When I sign out or restart the PC, you can immediately see the new loading indicator. From now on, this updated animation appears during startup, shutdown, Windows updates, and other loading screens throughout the operating system. It's a small visual change, but it makes Windows 11 feel more polished and modern. Now let's move on to one of the biggest additions in this build, Cloud Rebuild. This is a brand new recovery feature that allows you to completely reinstall Windows directly from Microsoft's cloud servers. Unlike creating a bootable USB drive or downloading an ISO manually, Cloud Rebuild downloads everything automatically during the recovery process. Keep in mind, though, that this performs a clean installation. That means your installed apps, settings, and personal files will all be removed, so it's intended for situations where you want a completely fresh copy of Windows. To access it, open Settings, go to System, then Recovery, and click Restart Now under Advanced Startup. After the recovery environment loads, choose Troubleshoot, and you'll find the new Cloud Rebuild option. There's also another option called Point-in-Time Restore. This feature is available as well, although I believe Microsoft may have introduced it in an earlier insider build. When you select Cloud Rebuild, Windows connects to the internet, verifies your device, and shows you a summary of the operating system, version, and language that will be installed. Once you click Continue, Windows automatically downloads everything it needs and begins reinstalling the operating system. It's a much more convenient recovery option for users with a stable internet connection. So those are the biggest features I wanted to show you today. There are several other smaller improvements throughout Windows 11 26H2, but many of them are still rolling out gradually or hidden behind feature flags, so I'll cover those in future videos as they become available. After spending time with this build, I can definitely understand why many people are calling Windows 11 26H2 one of the biggest Windows 11 updates yet. The improvements to the taskbar, start menu, accessibility, recovery, and overall user experience make this update feel much more complete than previous releases. Microsoft has also said it's placing a stronger focus on stability, reliability, and overall quality, which is great news for everyone planning to upgrade. I'd love to know what you think. Which Windows 11 26H2 feature is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Windows 11 updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.